about this because I think it's very typical Swedish to be, you should be on your own. You should be, I mean, in the middle of Stockholm, you should be a strong, independent woman, fixing everything. But acceptance, I don't do that any longer. I have to ask for help from my family.
That's very good.
One, two, three, go!
New vad heter det? Chair at home. I want it to look tough and but you mentioned before like this sort of chairs and kitchen, and it's is it new designs coming to have better furniture for elder people, or
There have been products. It's not like the products do not exist, but the products were not marketed like that.
no?
I remember I went to a furniture store a couple of years ago and I wanted to buy an armchair for myself. And the salesperson asked me, is it for you or for your parents? And I said, what do you mean by that? They said, all these reclining chairs usually are sold to people of a certain age group. So that's very interesting that you mentioned that, because then you need these electric seats which rise on their own and
Yes.
they adjust. But that salesperson was always thinking that probably these kind of chairs are more meant for the elderly. And then he shows me an entire range of chairs in his showroom. There were like 8 or 9 different chairs. And when I looked at them very closely, they actually looked quite boring. They were not that
Boring.
trendy because they had all these electric functions in them and reclining functions. So obviously, I did not go for that kind of a chair. I went for, as you mentioned, a very stylish chair. And probably that's a chair on which not everyone can sit, because it's very hard to get into the chair. It's very hard to get out of the chair, especially when you are in a certain age group. So definitely products are there. IKEA has done these products for quite some time. They have a
Yes.
series called Om Tangsam, where
Om
it was all
Tangsam,
about
okay.
about empathy, like thinking about the elderly. How could we make furniture for people to assist them to rise from the chairs more comfortably without taking someone else's help? So there have been products like that. There have been products from it's an international brand, OXO. They have made products for better grips for the elderly.
Better grip, yes.
So OXO came out with a very wide range of such products. They were initially meant only for the special segment, but interestingly, OXO became widely accepted amongst all age groups because
Wow,
they were better grips.
Yes, better. I think it's so nice. Listen to you, and you are out there teaching this. I mean, teaching out this. It's so important. Do you think that when you teach out this in Lund, are they open up for talking about? I mean, these young students. What do you say?
So design has two very important aspects. One is to make beautiful products which are focused in form giving and aesthetics. And the other side is functionality and the meaning. So when we work with meaning and purpose of the products, it is very important for us to understand the user profiles and what the users do. So we do a lot of user-centric designs. We try to almost put on the shoes of the user. So it is difficult, but we try our level best to work with these age groups. Currently, some of my students are working on creating a special armrest for a chair where people can just have it as an attachment on a normal chair so that you can get a better grip to just rise from the chair. But they have to then go and meet the special user group.
Oh, that's important.
Because it's very important for these. So as you say, are the students doing this? Of course, for the young students, this may not be a very fascinating area. It's a very challenging area to work in the area.
But they want to be in the...
But they do. So on an average, let's say out of 10 projects, there are always 1 or 2 projects which are aimed towards this specific area. And of course, we want students to explore as much they can in the creative areas. But I think we are becoming more and more aware of this, and we are so these issues of addressing what is better life quality.
I mean, in better life, I have a lot of talking to a lot of people now in this podcast, and a few of them are handicapped. I mean, they are in this, alltså de är rullstolsbundna eller lost an arm or lost an eye, this operation. So it's also important to talk about, perhaps not now, but this handicap if you are in a wheelchair, or how are you taking...
So the topic, there's a large area in design, it's called Design for All, where we try to address...
Design for all, good.
We try to address the aspects of accessibility, about special target user groups, and how can we make it, those kind of solutions which could, even like in public places and other places, that they can work for everyone. You're sitting in a public transport. It is comfortable for a 7-year-old, but it should also be comfortable for a 70-year-old. So we have to look at a lot of aspects, and there is a lot of work already going on for decades now, I would say. It's not like recent.
But do you think, excuse me, do you think Sweden, in Sweden, are we up here compared to other countries in Europe? Is Sweden a good place to getting elder? Is Sweden a good place compared to Italy, or I don't know?
In general, I think if you look at all the Nordic countries, this is definitely an area of attention. We do make many possibilities, and we are probably pioneers in that. We have created very good examples of this, whether it is the elderly care centers, or it is public amenities, or so we try as much. You might notice that every building has a stair lift.
Exactly.
There are better like for the door opening, there are facilities. So we do have a lot of accessibility aspects embedded, but maybe we still have to do it more. They are for the public environments, but what you were mentioning in the beginning also, like what you do when you're living by your own self in your apartment, how many of the products which you use today are meant for just you, for that age group? I think there aren't as many. You use a TV, which can also be used by probably
I have problem with the controller.
Exactly.
I have problem with my oven, the microwave, the bathroom. It's very slippery, so I bought this new carpet. I mean, I have problems, but solutions. And sometimes I get help from my sons and friends, but it's so important to talk about this, because I think it's very typical Swedish to be, you should be on your own. You should be, I mean, in the middle of Stockholm, you should be a strong, independent woman, fixing everything. But acceptance, I don't do that any longer. I have to ask for help from my family.
That's very good. I wanted to ask you, you wear the smartwatch And
Yes.
why do you wear the smartwatch? Does it help you? Because this is again adapting to a product which is probably very technology oriented. It's so you are kind of adapting to it. You're trying to use it the same way as a 30-year-old would try to use. So are there any difficulties in this, or do we
I
find
think
it
it's very
helpful?
tough. I think it's very design. I mean, I like it, but it helps. Yes, it helps me. Yes, it does. Because I can feel when someone calls me, I can see steps, I can see if I sit too long, it will, okay, you have to. But it's a little bit stress, I think. It's a little bit stressful. But alarm is good. I have an alarm. If I fell down, it says, okay, are you okay? Should we call 112? So these functions are good for me, but
Is it easy to find it on the screen, or it just comes up when you fall?
it's not easy to find it on the screen. It's like you have to, hello, what's happened? I have to do, and then push here, and okay, I can see the time and so on, and the weather. But I think it's
But you would like to wear a smartwatch compared to people who are like 20 years older who were wearing these alarms on their wrists. So which one would you
my father
prefer?
does, and I will come there. But I'm not so old yet. No, but perhaps I will have in 20 years. I just push.
So do you think those alarms, what your father is wearing, they are not good looking? Can we design them better?
Perhaps it should be a little more trendy, a little bit more tough. But it's okay. And I mean, they are around 90 years old. It's good. It's red. It's for your eyes. You have the special colors, and it's orange and red. I think it's perfect for a very old person. This is too dark for him, my father, and my mother.
Yeah.
So,
But that's a very good point, Madeline. I think this is where we need to prepare that there are some certain products where we need to make them very straightforward, form follows function. We need specific alarms, we should have products. We need larger displays, we should have products for that. We should have better identities for the products. So probably we need to prioritize what are the areas where we must have products which are meant for a specific purpose.
Exactly. I'm so glad you came here. And du så, det snurrar nu i huvudet. Nu avslutar jag på svenska. Och jag vill tacka så mycket Jasjit som har kommit hit från Lund, från Umeå. Vi sitter i Stockholm. Och det här med förpackningar, design för framtiden så viktigt. Så stort tack och välkommen igen. Det känns som att vi inte har pratat klart.
Certainly. Thank you very much.
Tack så jättemycket.